Okay, so the first thing I want to address is if you have no practice with any virtual stuff, you can always practice one-on-one. And that's a great place to start. And the way that you can do that is by one of my favorites is called a 5 and 5. This is a great way that you can build rapport with your customers that may be far away or close. And what that is, the 5 and 5 is 5 products in 5 minutes. And you can actually do this quarterly based upon these lookbooks that they get. So they get their lookbooks quarterly. And then in the back, it always has our seasonal products or limited edition. That's a great way to spotlight that with the 5 minutes of 5 products in 5 minutes. But I also always highlight one of the skincare sets as one of my 5 products. If you want more info on that, like breakdown on those 5 and 5s, I can give you that. But you can always adjust it on like, hey, I really know the Miracle Set, the CC Cream, the Charcoal Mask, the Microdermabrasion, and that new lip color really well. I could talk about those for 5 minutes, and then you can choose. You can make it designed upon yours. You could change it person to person. If she's already bought a lip whatever before, you might not do that for her. So the 5 and 5 you can adjust from appointment to appointment. And I'm going to share with you, this is one of the things that you can have as a resource. Let's share this with you. Okay, which is this guy right here. Okay, I will share this with a resource for you because this is something I have used over and over. So right here, you could even write out your 5 products that you're going to do and the prices of them so that you instantly know when they say, I want this, this, and this, you can instantly add it up. Right here, it has like miniature tickets because sometimes working with those apps and things like that can be a little like longer in the process, especially if you want to keep it short and concise. So you can actually like do this, and it has the products. You can circle which one, you can do their discount, you can do their referral, and this is just a quick ticket. But then right below here in this document, it actually gives you the step-by-step. And I have followed this to almost a T. For every quarter, I do it with my current customers, and then it's also a great way if they give you 5 referrals that you can actually do it with them as well, and it's a quick hitter. If you can never book someone for a facial, this is a great quick hitter for her to start getting on product and falling in love with it. And I just do these over FaceTime or Zoom if it's multiple people. And FaceTime, I believe, actually has a multiple people feature too, and Messenger as well. So don't be afraid to like use those other tools, even though it's not like Zoom. I like to use Zoom because in case she is a potential recruit, I do want her to be familiar with Zoom because we do use it a lot. And I can also share my screen easier. So this just takes you through all of that. Exactly. And to the private consultation, because it does give you the option as the party 5 and 5 and the individual 5 and 5, because this is the individual private consultation versus the party consultation. Okay, so that's my first one for individual appointments, and then it can be actually moved into a party with the 5 and 5 party. But I would suggest starting with just the one-on-one first. There is also a boards for this that I will share with you that has how to ask people. It has a 3-layer text like, hey, Susie, do you have 5 minutes? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, Susie, I know how easy texts get buried, you know, and then the third one. And after 3, you kind of just let it be. But this is a quick way. And I love to say that people always say yes on sunny days and Fridays. Those are usually your go-to days to ask people to do things, right? So if you're going to choose a day, make sure it's a sunny day and maybe a Friday, because Friday is a yes day. And then, okay, so then the other thing for like scheduling those, like I said, that is one of those that you can use for scheduling the 5 and 5, and also, like I said, I'll have the boards for that. One way to get some of those on the books, if you're wanting to host a virtual party like on Zoom, always hostess incentives. I might say, hey, what month is it right now? Ooh, August. Okay. In August, I'm giving away lip glosses for any of my party hostesses, and I'm super excited to let you pick which one you want. What color would you choose? And you just have to have 5 friends join. No purchases obligated. And then you can have that conversation started. Okay. And sometimes that phone call, I know the phone calls are a pain in the rear sometimes, but man, I actually just sat down and called 25 people the other day. I hadn't done it in a while, and I sat down and called 25 people. It did take me an hour, and one lady wanted to talk for 30 minutes, and I was like, whoa, I didn't even expect you to pick up the phone call. But she needed to talk to someone. So don't discount phone calls, because from that 25 people, I had four answer, two book, and answer and book, and then two of them the following day text me and say, hey, sorry, I missed your call. I'd like to book something with you. So with that odds, I had 25 people and 4 booked something with me. And that's actually really, like, that's a good ratio. So I just want you to know, like, just because you're getting no's doesn't mean that you won't get your yeses. It will happen. You just have to stay consistent with it. I can tell you I've got my fair share of no's, and it is a really frustrating sometimes, but it's okay. And as long as you keep on, you're going to dig right back out of that, and you're going to be right on the mountaintop again. Okay. That's why we always have those back and forth. And as much as I'm preaching it to you, I'm preaching it to myself. So I'm doing a little bit of both here. Okay. Hostess incentives. I do also do birthday parties monthly. So that's a way that I book virtual appointments. So I have a script for that as well, that I'll send to you also in this email. So I'm going to put them all together. But the birthday script basically goes something like, hey, Susie, it's your birthday month, and I'm giving my August birthdays a shopping spree. You can choose a $50 shopping spree when you book something with me in person with 5 people, or you can choose a half off shopping spree when you do a virtual party with me. And so then she gets to choose one of those two. That's one way I book virtual. And if you only want to offer virtual, do that. You can do it as Facebook or Zoom. And depending on how you like to do it, I can show you resources for both of those. My personal preference is always going to be Zoom over Facebook party. That's just me. But because I like to see people face to face. But I have done Facebook parties because it does give you numbers. Okay, it gives you numbers in the masses, and then you still get to your people because you have a larger number. If you are sending packages, this is what I would suggest, and I'll see if I can pull this up really quickly. Goodness here. Virtual. Oh, come on. Because this is something that I use for I can't find it right now. Okay, it's a virtual menu. So I send them a picture, and it says deluxe kit, free kit, elite kit, something like that. And it has all stuff that we have resources to, like the miracle set, the charcoal mask. So there's 3 layers to it. And I say, hey, awesome, I'm glad that you're attending the party. These are your package options. So I don't even say, oh, like I always just say, these are your package options. Which would you like? And she'll either say free, deluxe, or elite. The great thing about the free or the deluxe or elite is that they're actually purchasing some full-size product, and it makes a little more sense when you're actually looking at the picture. And I wish I had it pulled up here for you guys, but I will send it to you. They're getting a full-size product plus a couple samples, and then the elite is more full-size product and samples. So you're basically getting that first purchase already done with her sample pack being mailed. If she chooses a mailed package, this is usually what mine looks like. Okay, this regular envelope, I actually choose cool colors and warm colors, because then if I pre-pack, the cool colors are my combination oily, my warm colors are my normal dry. Have them already packaged. So this, I know grabbing this is a normal dry. Okay, it has a full miracle set. And then I print out one of our closing sheets like so. Okay. And then I include a business card or something that has like my QR card number, things like that. And then sometimes I'll add in an extra masking treatment, maybe if she's my hostess, or if that was part of her, like she's doing a spa treatment or whatever. If it's just this, you can do a non-machinable stamp. These are like $1 each. Okay, you go to post office, you can get a sheet of them. You stick that on there, and she's good to go. If you put an extra mask in there, this has been a learning curve for me, but if you do an extra mask, you have like an extra like couple cents stamp that you can add to it. So, and all these, you keep track of those receipts and they are tax deductible, but that's why I'm like, I do love for them picking the larger package because it just like, I just throw it in the package with the full size product that they're getting and loving anyway. But if they choose the free, this is what I do. And sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I might write them a note or something, it just depends on the time I have. So I have those pre-packed, and then if it's an individual thing, then I'll add a little note in there. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you was when you do Zoom parties, this is something that, and Lene, I think you asked, do you get the product to all the people? So you can do it like that. The other way you can do it, and I've done this a couple times and I really like it because it's really fun and it just tells you my personality. So you guys know that I love the in-person things. Like that's my bread and butter, okay? But I have, I think probably 4 times now, I would book it the exact same way, but my girl, she likes the in-person things too, okay? And what I've done is put all the samples in one package together, or I'll put like little party wells because I get on Amazon, I get these guys. Okay. And I throw them all, I label them all, and I throw them all in one package that looks like this. Okay. And I have them like in cutesy little bags and everything. And then, you know what my hostess does? She pretty much acts like the consultant that's in person, like in Missouri. Okay. She passes out the packs for everyone and she pulls me up on the laptop, and it's just me on the laptop, but all the rest of them are around the dinner table. Okay. So they are all together. They still get to enjoy their inside jokes and things that I love about in person. Although I'm not participating in them, it's still really enjoyable. So that is one way that you can do it, especially if you know your girl and you know she's like, I don't really like Zoom. Okay. Then you can be on Zoom, but she can be with her people and she can have a reason for people to gather in her house. So that is one way you can do it. And then the other way is by doing these. And you can still offer the packages like I mentioned before. You would just put them all in the same box together and then she can pass it out. And it gives her really great an idea of what it looks like to be a consultant. So it helps her, if she is a potential team member for you, to feel more comfortable in that setting as well. So it's a double like funsy thing, and especially if it's someone that you're like, I'd love to work with her, you can kind of get a peek at how she would feel as far as comfortability with her people when she does something like that. The last thing I want to say for virtual stuff, if you haven't, or I know some of you are on the group, the Facebook group that we have for your customers. And I know that not many of you are getting to take advantage of it for your customers, but the Beauty and Confidence Lounge, okay? This guy, you do have to do the training to be able to approve your customers to go into it, okay? Where you find that training is on a boards, and I can also resend that boards to you. You have to complete the training, which is about 6 different videos, but the algorithm that goes with it, there's a reason why we're using this as our tool for our customers, so that you don't have to have your own individual Facebook group, that we help you do the heavy lifting, but you still have to check on it to see if your people are commenting on like this like right here, Amanda's last post. It said, if you were going to host a virtual Mary Kay party, what would be your reason why? Okay, this is a initiator of, hey, will anyone host a virtual party for me? Versus Amanda or me asking, if you're going to host a virtual Mary Kay party, what would be your reason why? Let's say Lene's customer, Susie, goes, well, I think it would be really fun to have my friends all on a virtual thing so I can get some free stuff. Well, I'm not going to comment on her stuff, but Lene best be going, oh, and then messaging her and saying, hey, I'd love to help you get some stuff for free. Because she initiated that, you didn't have to. And it's not weird at all either, because we as your leaders are the one that's doing all the posts. You just have to make sure and to engage in it. So if you want to be able to use that as a resource, you got to get your training done so that you can improve your customers to go into that Facebook group. Okay? All right. I just like did a ton of